Hey everyone. How are you? It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue, and Teddy Bear is here to say hello. And let's see. We are going to be making a mug with a matching box because I figured out how to put that box together. It is not a great design. I mean, I think the thing that vexed me the most, here's the box so you can see. I think the thing that vexed me the most is the way these panels were, and also where it opens. It opens on the side. I just thought, well, I don't know. Why would you open up? I don't know. I'm always used to opening a box at the top or the bottom, but in this particular case, no. And so I decided that I was going to make a Be Kind mug because I really like that saying, and I love bees. If you follow me or you've been a friend of mine for a while, you know that. I love bees. And so I put together a matching mug. Wait, I'm trying to peel off the Infusible ink without. So I put together a matching mug. See that? Be kind. For my box, which I have some paper. I'll show you where I got it from, or I'll show you the pack that I got it from. It has be beautiful you, and be humble, and you're the bee's knees. And I even have a little hang tag that I'm going to put on from the paper. I don't know if I'll put it on maybe I'll put it on the mug handle or something. But I cut it out from some paper that I got. I think I got it at Joann's, but I might be wrong. But I decided to use just do this on one side and use some leftover black Infusible ink that I had. I think it came out really, really well. Although I will say that I had a hard time weeding it, and you may, if I get real close, you may be able to see that it's a little bit, I don't know, blurry a little bit. So I just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, so let's see. Before we get started, let me just say hello to everyone. Welcome. Nice to see you all. Today we're going to be putting together a mug, and we're going to, because it's mystery material, I figured I really struggled yesterday with coming up with what the mystery material was going to be. So I decided the mystery material was going to be leftover Infusible ink. So a lot of us have these boxes of Infusible ink, and it's not great, especially if you have a mug press, because I mean, you could maybe use each sheet. This is an Infusible ink box that originally came out before the mug press, right? And there usually are two sheets of a single color. I don't know if you're aware of this color, but it's called True Yellow. But I also had some black, and it was left over. And what I do is I just kind of leave my package open, and I store it this way, so that way I know what color it is. But a lot of times I find that I just have like little pieces left. Do I have on this one? This one's a full sheet, but sometimes I'll just have like a little piece left, and I don't know what to do with it, but I do save it. I do the same thing with iron-on, so I'm going to just show you how to weed that, and that will be our mystery material. But the big thing today is going to be our putting together our box, because that was challenging, but we'll also do a mug as well. So let's see, this week is very busy and exciting for me personally. So I had to plan out, and so glad to take yesterday to have a plan. So we have several projects that are flower related this week. We're making hydrangea balls. I know it sounds a little odd, but it's sort of like a rose ball, which we could do that as well, but I kind of like hydrangeas, and I wanted to show you how I get around getting those really poofy heads of a hydrangea by making these balls. They're like a little bit they're a little bit too poofy. Yeah, so we have that. I also have a beautiful box card from SVG Cuts that I like to do this time of year because it has Cynthia. I don't know if there's an N in there or not. But when I was a kid, I always thought it was for Cynthia. That's the way I pronounced it. For Cynthia. It's like a flower just for Cynthia. And my neighbor has forsythia in it, like it's where the boundary line is next to my house, and they're all in bloom. So I thought we would do that. I have a really unique iron-on project with it was going to be a unicorn iron-on project with rolled flowers. So we're going to do that. And I wrote it all down. It's a jam-packed week, but just to kind of let you know, I'm not going to be doing Sundays. I think that was a really good call because it did give me a whole day to sort of think and not feel like rushed, like I got to get there and do the show. So thank you for that. Let's see. On Saturday night, we had a great night and we gave away a bundle of joy to our friend Paula Suarez. And then we also had several winners. I'm going to be putting them in. So ladies that won, they're not going to go in. I don't know if she'll have a chance to process them, but I know that Tammy, that was thinking, that was the first winner. We had 2 winners. Yeah, I'm going to still do the joy. I'm just going to fit them in during the week. I just can't do the 7 days a week. So Sandra's asking, when can we enter again? So just to kind of give you catch up in case you weren't there on Saturday night or you just haven't heard the news. So every month until the fall, I am giving away a bundle of joy. That includes a joy machine plus everything you need to get started with the joy, including like smart vinyl and smart iron-on and pens and a card mat and some insert cards. Yep. So it's a $250 value, and I'll be giving away once a month. And since it's still April, I'm not going to post the next giveaway until it hits May. So next week is when you will be able to enter. I don't know how I'm going to do the entries. That kind of like this. The first one we had a lot of entries. The second one we had a smaller amount. And I don't know if it was because it was at the beginning of the month or whatever. So I'm going to try to play around with that. But we are giving away this bundle of joy every month until October at least. So so April was the first month, and we gave away 2 because it was our anniversary. So we're going to also do one for May, June, July, August, September, and then October. And then I'm thinking by that time I might be able to give away the mug press. So I'm thinking like maybe a couple of mug presses for the Christmas time. So Christmas season. So anyway, that's for that. And we'll still have our monthly giveaways, just not as many of them. And so it's a $50 value gift that it's my discretion. I get to choose. And last Saturday, I picked Rosalind Bennett as our Patreon patron that won the prize. So if you are following me and pledging something on Patreon, then you will be entered into a very small drawing for a $50 giveaway. And that's for anybody that's a Patreon. However, I will tell you that I just found out about this thing on Facebook that's a little bit different than the stars. It's called fans. And I'm going to turn it on because I want to kind of see. And in fact, I already have one person, Tammy Sharp, I think. Tammy Sharp, I think. Maybe it's not Tammy Sharp. I'm thinking maybe Susan Sharp was, I'm getting confused, but I already have a fan is what I'm saying. I think it's Tammy something, but I don't remember the last name. And so, let's see, I do have, audience. No. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to turn it on, even though it's a little confusing. It's on Facebook. So if you want to pledge something to me, Facebook now has a pledging thing, but some of you who listen aren't on Facebook, so I'm going to keep Patreon open, and you can pledge on Patreon. You can pledge different amounts. It's 5, 10, and 25. Now, some people have asked me, am I going to populate the Patreon with information and special things for the different levels? And I am. I just haven't gotten there yet. I apologize. But geez, it's been so busy. So anyway, so that's all the news about, just about the Cricut Chat program. We have free Facebook groups, and it always will be free. Okay. I'm always going to have free programming because I just think, after a while, people, if they're finding that they're getting value out of it, then they will give according to their heart. You know what I mean? So, so maybe there's some people, and plus I don't want to, invade your personal, finances either. So if you feel like you can't afford to give that, does that mean you should be excluded? No, I don't think so. I don't feel that way. So, so that's why I'm doing it that way. So there'll always be free content. There'll always be the YouTube free content, but this is a way for you to say thank you to me if you find that you're getting a consistent, regular value out of it. Okay? Yeah, thank you, Susan. Thank you. Okay, you're so sweet, Susan. So encouraging. So anyway, so let's talk about packaging. So as you know, I used to have my own business. It was a soap and herbal like remedies business. So packaging is something that has always been something on my mind, and sometimes it can be a little bit vexing, but when I making something for someone, I like to make it look as professional, like you just bought it in the store. And one of the things that I noticed about buying the mugs, especially in bulk, the smaller ones, is that there are no boxes. I mean, the 15-ounce ones come with a box, which is a really nice box. And I think, now that I'm just actually sort of sitting here, I could probably just create a box that looks exactly like this. But I thought, okay, I'll go to Design Space and I'll see what they have. So I did find 2 different boxes, and I was thinking, like if you were going to have a what do you call it? I wouldn't say for shipping, but if you were going to have, like, let's say a church bazaar, and you were going to donate some things towards some sort of worthy cause or something like that, or have a table at a market, a farmer's market, whatever, you want it to look nice, because I just kind of never did like if I bought a mug, or glass or something, that they just wrap it in those newspapers and they stick it in a bag. I don't like that. So I did love the idea of this box. I will tell you, it is not the easiest design. It had me super vexed. And also, I added some things here to do, and I will tell you that that I think I'm going to go back to the drawing board for sure and make a box, probably a lot like this one, where you could actually mail it. But I think this is a great box for presentation. So if you're going to sell it to someone, you know, let me just show you how this one looks in there, because it's really kind of pretty, the way that it goes in. So it goes in, then the handle sort of sticks out, and you can see that it says "Be kind," and then I took some paper that was bee related, bee related. That's kind of funny. Anyway, all right, you guys. I don't know why they're barking today. Oh, my goodness. We got a howler today. Teddy bear. Ted. He sounds so like menacing, and he's just this little pudge ball. Anyway, yeah, so a little bit of paper would look awesome. So instead, I was thinking, like, if I were going to do a show, which is what we used to do, we'd do shows, I want it to look really nice. And presentation, they used to say at the shows, presentation is everything. So you'd go there and, you know, people would have these things all presented and everything. And I just thought, that's what I'm going to try to achieve with this. So that's what I did, even though this was kind of a bulky sort of a box to make. Now, where did I get this file? Well, I got it, and you can see up here, I'm going to just show you, I labeled it wrong size. I was so mad that I was like, this is the wrong size. It really wasn't the wrong size. It was just really hard to put together. But I got it from Projects. If you go to Projects and you type in under all categories, just mug, you will find all these mugs clearly. But then if you scroll down, you'll find two different mug boxes. This one scares me a little bit because I think maybe it's going to fall out, but I think that there's a little depression in the bottom, so maybe it will fit in there. But so this one I thought, okay, yeah, this is good. And if you click on it, you actually get the geometric design that they're showing. Well, let me just cancel out of this. So if you wanted to do an all-in-one piece project, this could be it. You'll notice that it has like a to and a from, but also inside has like a geometric design, which was kind of cool, you know. So if you wanted to make Infusible Ink geometrics like that, it's sort of a fun little project. But you know me, I can't stick to the lesson, and I figured I would do Infusible Ink with that Be Kind, because I really like it. So anyway, when you find a project, you can modify it, which is exactly what I did. So I'm going to go back to the canvas. So here's the project, and okay, so here's the project. See, it came with this Infusible Ink thing, which I just hid. I'll keep it on there because I'm going to give you this file, even though, because I made a change to this file, and I'll show you what I did. So here's the box. It's two pieces, and it comes it comes in two pieces, and then you have these pieces that would go on to the box like this. Now, this was an interesting piece. I'm assuming that it would go like this, and that's what I did. A little odd, but hey, we're going to go with it because somebody designed it and everything. So, but what I will say is that there was only one of these pieces. So I decided I wanted something on every side of the box except for the bottom. So I took this one and I duplicated it. But realizing, as I'm looking at it, realizing that that would not work, what I did do is I used the flip feature. So here's the flip feature. I know I've used it before, but I'll just mention it to you. Flip is a lot like mirroring, but you have two choices. You can flip horizontal, you can flip vertical. In this case, I want to flip horizontal because I want it to fit here, You see, that's what I did here. So I duplicated this piece and then I flipped it so that it would fit on there. If you just duplicate it, it won't fit. And unless you have double-sided paper, then you're going to end up with a problem. So I'm going to give you this file just so that you can see, and I'm going to actually save it as mug gift box, okay? Because it's, yeah, just mug gift box is fine. And I am going to choose mug. Okay, and gifts. How are you guys working on your collections? I kind of stalled a little bit because I have so many projects, but I am liking the collections process. I particularly like that I can search. Yeah, we could do a wine glass. Do you mean a stemless one or one with a stem? The one with the stem would be a slightly different, but I also have stemless ones, so we can do a box for a stemless one. I really think boxes are one of those things that you don't realize that you need, but you do. and so a lot of people want to do that to make their items presentable. Okay, so let's see. Did I save this? Yeah. So let's also go to my Be Kind gifts. So I found a lot of really fun bee related stuff. And so I found this really great, it's like a card. I don't want to call it a cascade card because I think it's more like kind of a flip card. And I think I'll probably cut that out and give it to my friend who runs a community farm. But I also found these wonderful Be Kind things. I found this one, but I thought this would look good on a mug. So what I did was I pulled in a mug frame just so that I could see. Let me just move this so that I could see what size. So I thought, well, if I put it on here, that would be kind of interesting. But then I decided, I welded it. Okay, so sorry. So then I found this Be Kind. So I duplicated it and resized it so that it would fit there. And by welding it, they're going to stay together. My thought process was that to have the Be Kind on both sides. So I didn't do that for this one, but I probably would because I kind of like that idea that they're on both sides. But I also cut it out of yellow. So so we can do the next one in yellow. Okay, so let's get started on, I'm not going to cut anything because I think this is annoying enough that that you might want to see that, but we will do a mug. Teddy bear. Oy, oy, oy. Sorry about the dogs, guys. Now they're not being good, Kirsten. Okay, so here we go. This is the mug box. 2 pieces, and here are little pieces of paper to decorate it. I did use the side that says, like that has all of the little look at this, you're the bee's knees, be humble, that sort of thing. And let's get on the Infusible ink first. So here is the Be Kind in yellow. And so I did use scraps. That's the thing you have to think about. So I had a scrap that was literally this big, and I thought that's going to work perfectly. So what do I do with this scrap? Because can't like just throw it away, right? So believe it or not, I save a scrap if it's big enough. And I think this is probably about like 2 by 2 is sort of the size that I would keep. And I put it in a box under my desk. That's what I do. And I don't know if you guys have the same sort of system. Now, remember with Infusible ink, there are some issues in terms of peeling that you want to consider. What I really like here is that you get the 2. This one here has the is it hex? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The hex. cut out, and this one has the letters cut out. But that could be a little bit confusing when you're first peeling it, which is why I always make 2 of everything. To start the peeling, you would sort of start it somewhere around, just around one of the areas, right? And so remember, Infusible ink is like a paper. So it peels with your fingers, and you don't need to really use a weeding tool, except for maybe at the very end. There might be some things. So here's the thing. I have been cutting these on just the regular Infusible ink transfer sheet, and it seems to have been cutting out okay. But then I got to the inside of B, the inside of the hex is for bees, and I had a really hard time. I don't know why, but the goal is to keep it from really cutting through that transfer, and it's cutting through on certain areas. The transfer is useful because A, it protects your press, and B, it keeps everything in the right place. So I think and I cut this on my maker, I think if I were going to cut this again on my maker, I would change my default pressure to less, okay? Because I don't like these sort of cut through. But I will show you, and these come out just fine. But on the black, now I cut these all at the same time using the same blade and the same amount of pressure and the same setting. And I want to show you what happened with the yellow that I was a little bit vexed by. So this is the part that might be a little bit difficult. You got to make sure that that letter stays in there. And sort of peel like this. Make sure that letter is going to stay there. So I almost feel like you have to press down. And then remember, you have to take out these little bits. This is where a weeding tool might come in handy, because you can sort of pick it out. So there is Be Kind. And remember, it's always mirrored. You have to mirror it so that, oh my goodness gracious, teddy bear. I think that we have our dog friend next door walking the dog because it's so beautiful out today. Teddy bear, you need to stop, please. Thank you, Benji. Benji's not barking. So do be careful, because see how it's sort of cut here? Now we're going to work around that by putting some tape on, because it's going to have to sort of bend like this, and that's going to make these pieces sort of stick out. So we definitely need to use some tape. Okay, but here's the yellow. The yellow also did this. You see that? But when I got to the inside letters for the B part, let me just start and do it the same way I did the other one. It kind of like weirded me out because it didn't peel the same way, which got me on thinking, I wonder if they're slightly different with the Infusible ink. I don't know. I started thinking, well, maybe I've had this for a long time. Would that affect something? Or maybe it's a different formula. I don't know. But when I tried to, and again, remember, I cut this out with the same setting and the same blade and the same pressure. And I got to the B part. And let me just do this part. I got to the B part and I was like, holy crap, this is hard. Sorry, don't mean to use harsh words, but look. So I started to, because it's cut through, that might be part of it too. But when I go to do that, you saw how I was peeling very easily. Well, this just, it was difficult. It was difficult. So, I don't know. I just started thinking about it because, I can tell the difference between certain papers. Maybe there is a difference. And some vinyls, I can tell the difference. And that's why they have different cuts. But I would definitely, if you have a maker, consider using the less pressure. And if you guys know that less pressure is on the third screen, so pick your infusible ink. But look, see, it's all cut. That's just not going to do. All right. It's not difficult. No, it's not difficult. All right. So because we're going to be working on the box, I thought that we would just get this mug going. And I'm turning on my mug press. So where's my black? So we could do the Be Kind on both sides, and I think we will do that. I don't know if we should do, I think we'll do both yellow on one side. So you see, it doesn't wrap around. It's not a complete wrap. And when I put it on, these little pieces are sort of sticking up. That makes me nervous because I need those pieces to really be stuck on the mug. All right, so that's where, yay, tape comes in. And a lot of people, I think, are a little bit concerned maybe the tape will ruin or not allow my transfer to really adhere. And actually, no, that's just not going to happen. So this is heat resistant tape, and I would encourage you to use it if you can find the edge. Somebody has a tape dispenser, which I think is awesome, and I might get one because having to peel this each time is kind of a pain. All right. Now, this is Cricut heat resistant tape. There are other brands on the market, of course, and I'm sure that they'll be expensive or there'll be a better deal, but I do mostly Cricut stuff. So what I want to do is I want to make sure, look at that E. I don't like that at all. So I'm going to put it right over that and really hug it to the mug. All right. Hug, hug, hug to the mug. Is there any other place? I'm going to take this a little bit of a pucker right there. And I think I'll also put some right here because I feel like that's kind of loose. And then I'd flip it over if I want to do two sides, and I would do the same thing here. And plus, it's also going to need tape. So let's put it on, and I'll show you what I mean. Now, this is a little hard because they're two separate pieces. So when you're doing this, you really have to feel confident in eyeballing. So a lot of times if you're holding it sort of like this, you can see that's almost perfect, right? It's almost perfect, but not quite. It feels like it's a little bit crooked. So I'm going to try it down here a little bit more. And I'm trying to keep an eye on where it is. And I think maybe just a scooch lower. Yeah. Okay. And now it's crooked. All right. So the great thing about the infusible ink is that there's some stick there, so you can kind of keep removing and sort of putting it on. Right? And I think that's too close to the edge and it's going to cause a problem. So that's me. I'm not one of those stick it and forget it kind of things. I have to keep trying until it's perfect. But now look, this is pretty good, but look at all my letters sticking out. Not good. All right, all those letters sticking out. I don't like that. So I need to put tape on there because I'm afraid that those letters will not fuse well. So, dun-dun-dun, here comes our tape. I'm going to need a few pieces, I think. I'm going to need here and on this piece. So I'm just going to lay it right over that infusible ink plastic sheet, plastic transfer, but even still, look, it's kind of kicking up. So I think I'm gonna have to do some more. I really want this transfer to come out nice because I want to make it as sort of a presentation in a box. Once again. Oh, hey, speaking of presentations, on Wednesday night, I am doing a local show. It's a paint along, like sort of like a sip and paint. And I will be on, it's to benefit a project that they're doing. It's called Culture House in downtown Peabody. So if you are local and you're listening, you might want to tune in. It's going to be live on Facebook. I can post the link on my page. It's with this company called Create and Escape, and there is actually a local artist named Pasquale who's going to be there, and I spoke to him last night, and he asked me, oh, you're going to be there? I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't miss it for the world. So that's Wednesday night, I think at 7 if you want, and there's a donation that you can make towards Culture House is $15, and then if you pay the full amount, you can get all of the materials. So you can have a painting and that you make all by yourself, or you could just watch and just come and watch and consider donating to this very worthy cause. It's kind of like having a living room in downtown Peabody, and they're trying to, sort of launch this as a nonprofit type of thing. So, all right, so these are on there, really good. And you see how I'm pressing it down. I just want to make sure it's on there really good. And so it's time to put this in my mug press. You can't see my mug press, but you guys have seen it a gazillion times. So I just put it onto the side, and now we're on to our box. Okay, there. I used Kraft. I used Kraft Board. Have you ever used Kraft Board? I've used it a number of times. I want to just show you what it looks like. I first started out, this is Kraft Board. See, this is actually white. I did start out using poster board. Now, poster board's pretty cool, but this is the Cricut stuff. It's 10 sheets, 2 of each color. That's great. However, it's very slippery. It's got kind of a shiny surface, which did not work for putting this together. And then also, I was using this poster board in brights that did not have 10 sheets. And to cut this out, you need 2 sheets, 2 full 12 by 12 inch sheets to cut this out. So to cut out this box. Okay, so let's fold it. I did use my double scoring wheel, just like this. This is my double scoring wheel. See that? 02. And I put that tip onto my adjustables tool thing. So it's on there really, really good. And I did all of the scoring with the double scoring wheel. Slow down, Rita. And so that makes it a lot easier when you are folding. It won't crack the paper. That's what I like about that double scoring wheel. Now I'm going to just fold it in all different directions. And in this case, I am not going to put, normally when I make boxes, you guys, you know that I usually decorate them beforehand, but before I put it together. But because this was one of those, I really had a hard time putting it together. I figured I would do it as if I was doing it the first time, which is I wouldn't decorate it because sometimes you end up with the wrong side. All right. Now the way this is working, this is how I figured it out, is that clearly you need this on the side. However, you'll see that the box doesn't match here. So we're going to actually put it. Okay. Yeah, this way. So when you are getting these sort of oriented, think in terms of this is your handle, right? And this side is at the top. This is the bottom. Okay? So this is the bottom. And then this here is actually the side. And the reason why it's cut, it's cut so that, wait a second. Rita, what are you doing? I'm gonna make sure I just did it. All right, so in this particular case, we've got, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Oh, Rita. Hey, it's on the side. Oh, okay, I think I know what I did. I put it so that I was holding it up like this, and I know that this piece has to go like this, right? Did I fold it wrong? Here we go. All right, so the top and the bottom are stationary. I had it folded the wrong way. Okay, the top and the bottom are stationary, and on the side is where you're going to actually open this box. Okay, so the way that it's going to go is, I'm sorry to keep moving it around because it is frustrating, is that we're going to put the top, it's plain, and the bottom is plain. This is our side piece, okay? So we're going to start gluing these pieces together, but we're not going to glue shut the side. I mean, unless if you wanted to, I suppose you could, but I don't think you need to. So I am using, first I'm using my Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. This is it. If you want to get it, I put a link for Amazon. It's a great glue. I really like this glue. Okay, so this becomes the part that is going to have the handle, right? And this is like, let's just call this the back, okay? Because when I look at my box here, and so I need to make sure that this is the front, so that the geometric shape that's cut out is on either side of each other with the handle, and this is going to be plain. I hope that that is easy to understand, or easier than if you just had those two pieces and you're like, what? So, oh, guess what? That mug's already done. I'm going to take it out so it can cool off. Let me take it out to cool off. And then, so I'm going to connect here on the side. I know, this is not the best. I think I need to rework this whole file. I think I will do that. But I like the idea of it. It's a good idea. It's like a presentation box sort of thing, rather than like, say, but it's, yeah, rather than say having just a plain old box, but it's frustrating and confusing. All right, so here's the bottom, here's the top. I need to glue those top pieces in. Do that right like this. All right. And I think this is my last part that I'm gluing. See, it's not a lot of glue. It's just trying to get it so that it looks, it's gone together the correct way. Yeah. All right. Get enough glue in there to hold those sides together. Now, this part does not get glued. The part with the wings, let's call it that, all right? And then that. So it does not get glued. So it's just going to, like, kind of like a birthday cake box. Sort of like that. And what did I do? That it's not going in there very well. Not going in there super well. It will. Go in. That's your home. Okay, here we go. There it is. That's the box. Whoop. All right. And as far as decorations go, here are our pieces, which, again, remember we had to flip that one so that I sure as heck hope that I did this right. Oh, no. This one. Here's the one. Nope. 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 Okay. I guess I didn't do it correctly. So there's this piece here that goes on to the side. You know what? I think I probably put this thing together. I put this thing together opposite. I'm never going to catch a break here. All right, so here we go. we gotta figure this out. I think what I'll do is I will put this here. Yeah. And it goes like this on the side, and then on the front. I, of course, do not have the correct cutout, so I'm going to flip it over. Thankfully, I used double-sided paper, but you'll do better. I don't know why I did it this way, but I always keep my right sides up. But I didn't, not in this case. All right, so there is the side. It actually looks kind of cool that way, but... And so you'd have like two color there. So, and this one goes in the back. All right. And then this last piece, I don't think it does not have a score line on it. So I just scored it myself. And it's going to go at the top like this and come down on the side, right? Talk about confusing, but okay. I feel like somebody probably just whipped this project together. Normally they're very thorough, but somebody just whipped this project together because somebody said, we need a mug box, right? So here we are. So there's our mug box. And remember, you can open it up on the side, wherever that side is. Wait a second. Oh my God. I am such a doofus. All right, can't do that. Can't do that. What? How? All right, I'm confused. Yeah, I'm confused. I think it should go like this. Yeah, okay. Like this. All right. All right, you guys. How not to do a mug box. Square on the flap. Right. Thank you, Shirley. It doesn't work though because there's a little extra here. This is such an extra project. I did it perfectly with this one, but I did not do it perfectly with this other one. So learn from my mistakes, people. It's going to have a handle. It's on the left-hand side, and this part is supposed to be on the top, like this. That's right. Talk about presentation. This is an awful presentation. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay. And now let's grab our mug so we can have a look. and it is not super cool, but it's not terribly, terribly hot. So I'm going to use my weeding tool. You are going to want to, you guys are going to want to let it cool. All right. Oh, it looks very nice, but what is this? I don't know what that is. Maybe that's tape residue? Weird. I think the black one looks better. But you know what? That's the end of my yellow, so... Okay. It still looks pretty cool. Ow. And it is still hot. I think that's a little bit of tape residue, which is fine. It comes right off. There we go. Now, what I was thinking was I would also put like a little hang tag on here, maybe with the price or something like that, and I put it on the outside so people can see it. But I'm going to try to put this in here. It's still kind of hot, but I will try to sort of put it in there. All right, here we go. And close it up this way. See what I mean? It's just gawky. That's the word for it. It's a gawky thing. All right, so there it is. Phew, I did it. Yay. Which one do you like? I like the black one myself. You like the yellow? It kind of looks a little, I don't know, spotty, the yellow. But anyway, so there are, now can you see if you're having like, say, a Christmas bazaar and you wanted to showcase your beautiful mugs, this would look really good. I wouldn't necessarily mail it in this because I'd be afraid that the handle would break. And so you could do all sorts of one. Yeah, the black does stand out better. Yeah, and with the box. I mean, I was just thinking, okay, for presentation purposes, let's sort of coordinate it. And you could do this with all kinds of different paper, and Infusible Ink, because it comes in all different colors too. So I think that is pretty cool. So that is our show for today. And I will see you again tomorrow. And what else? Make sure that you're you're following me, because I will be announcing the giveaway very soon. Also, I will be putting both of these files, including this one, the box that I modified, and the Be Kind, okay? And I'll put them both in the description of this video. When you're done, or when it's done, you can find the links, okay? Thanks, everybody, for coming today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow. And I hope you get some crafting in today. It's a beautiful day. All right? Take care. You're welcome, Matt.